And hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cooking with Gorilla. Where tonight we're gonna make some biscuits and gravy. But I'm being lazy tonight. I could just bake the biscuits like from scratch and all that, and all that. But I'm hungry. I got a lot of cleanup to do. We just had a hailstorm, so we're just doing this the lazy way tonight. Right there, and I forgot to chew. Oh, I think I need. So I gotta let that cool down a little bit. So I just get great value biscuits because they're the exact same thing as what's that Pillsbury, just cheaper, like half the price. These are literally half half the price. I'm gonna keep that off to the side so I know the time. I get the jumbo biscuits. I like the jumbo ones. They did have one at one point that was like butter infused biscuits, but I didn't grab those for some reason. But anyhow, non and I like the ones with the nonstick pans. Now you can make these biscuits. You can make biscuits from scratch. It's not that hard, which I will do a live stream on that eventually. And hey, Kevin, but just not today. So just spacing them out. I'm waiting for that to cool down a little bit. I'm doing all right. Got a lot of or I got some storm damage to clean up, and I'm just making sure these are more evenly spaced, make it look presentable here. Maybe I'll so I can do that. So I'm gonna set that over there for now. Because we're here, not ready for that. All right. All right. So, oh, just cutting this up here. I'm gonna put this a little bit higher so you can see the stove. And wait, I need to take a pot. I just got the farmland. This is the first time I've seen something that was not to Hillsboro that was cheaper than that. So yeah, so just regular sausage. Now I got this Harry's skip tooth here. Now this is not I'm not sponsored by Harry's, but just I like a little bit extra seasoning, but that's just me. Now, one of the most handy devices that I have here is this here for mashing the meat up. We're gonna start getting this browned here because this is the part that takes the longest. Okay, move this over. We're gonna set that. Start cooking it on high. Now this next part's the part that's a pain in the ass here. So I need a cup and a half of water boiling. Oops. More. Now I gotta get that going. All right, so now half a cup of water. Oops. And I gotta. Now, what I'm using here is Pioneer Country Gravy. Like, I used to make gravy. Like, I can make the gravy from scratch. But I'm a little bit lazier. And I want a runnier gravy than I'm still perfecting the one my sister gave me. I think she uses like heavier whipping cream and stuff. But no, just sit there and mix it. Make sure you get rid of all the lumps. But it's not homemade gravy if you don't have lumps, you know? You gotta have the lumps. All right, so we got the mixture here, like just like this. You can get this done, and I'll be right back here. All right. All right. All right, I'm back. So we got that. We're going to go ahead and put this in the oven. They'll be all right if it sits out for a little bit. And what was my instructions? 11 minutes. Oh, 15. It said 13 and 16, so I said it for 14 minutes. So you got me live for 14 minutes. And all that. So cook that. I'm gonna continue mixing this up. Gotta mix. So one of the important things on that is when you're making any type of hamburger gravy, keep on mixing. You always mix it up, don't? Because if you forget about it, part of it's gonna be burnt. It's not gonna taste well. There, and I'm gonna add a little bit more skip. Just a dash. There. And I'm glad you're doing good, Kevin. Seems like you're the only one here tonight. So, while I do that, I do got some butter for the biscuits when they do get done. There, because I like my butter. And I don't know why I got that out. Yeah. But I did learn some lessons, though, for making my own biscuits and gravy there. For example, it does not rise. So I flattened them out a lot more than I should have. So they came out to be flat instead of what do you call it? They stayed flat. They didn't rise at all. And I thought it was some rising biscuits, but either I read it wrong or I did it wrong. One of the two. So, I wish some more people would come in here so I'd have someone to chat with while I'm sitting here waiting for this cook. I will say this farmland sausage I got, very low. It looks like it's very low in fat there, which is kind of confusing. Then it's cheap. It's real cheap. It's cheap, but like no, not cheap. It's like 236 or something for the pound of it, and there. Yeah, it's the cheapest one in the grocery store. Usually, Great Value is the cheapest one in Walmart there. But this one here was the cheapest. And get it has very low fat on it. Oh, thanks, Mikey. Thanks. I'm glad. Welcome, welcome. We're just in the middle of making some my lazy biscuits and gravy. Okay, so I'm getting that boiling a little bit. It's steaming and all that a little bit. I just gotta wait for this to finish here. Stir up the gravy mix there. Yeah, like I said, I'm being very lazy tonight. Like I said, this thing here, very handy. I suggest everyone get one. This one is meshing up and breaking up that sausage very nicely. It does great for hamburger too. I can't remember who I stole it from, but they ain't getting it back. Maybe it might have been Tasha's. I'm not quite sure. But let's go ahead. Okay, so I got that at a rolling boil. So what I'm gonna do is pull up pot over just so you can see it. Then we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a spatula, the actual spatula out. We take our gravy mix here, the Pioneer stuff here. We just pour it in. Now I've never made this Pioneer stuff before, so we're gonna see how it is. And I like to scrape. What kind of biscuits? Honey crumbled, just jumbo flaky biscuits. All right, so and we got the Pioneer country style mix here. Okay, so now you gotta keep. So it's served until it thickens. But I think I gotta put it back on the stove here. All right, we're gonna pull that off. I'm gonna let the biscuit or the gravy come to a boil again to try to boil off some of that water. I still got 7 minutes on the biscuits. I should put them in there. Jumbo flaky, okay. They go great with beef or chicken. Mikey, when you do biscuits and gravy, you do your sausage country gravy. That's that white gravy. Okay. Now that that's thick, so you got this nice and it's a nice and thick. I can turn that off. All right, so I can get rid of the whisk now altogether. We're gonna take our spatula and we're gonna mix it into the sausage. Oh, you can see just how thick that stuff. Nice thick gravy. This Pioneer thing, I think might be. Really, that Pioneer won't be too bad of gravy. If it tastes good, then it's really not that bad because it was like 50 cents to $1 in the store for that packet, which is about average. All right, that pot's hot. So go ahead and mix it all up. So now we just gotta wait on that there. White gravy and sausages, yes. Just ground sausage. Just your regular little roll of like Hillshire, Great Value, Jimmy Dean, depending on how much money you want to spend. There for the sausages. Like I personally just only got I got the I got the Hillshire Farm just because it was the cheapest. We had cooked meatballs and Suzanne's special garlic mashed potatoes earlier. Nice. So now while we're waiting for that, I'm done stirring. I'm just waiting 5 minutes for the biscuits to be done. Then we can go ahead and make some biscuits and gravy. And I'll just put it in a bowl just because it'll be easier than grabbing the plate because I got the camera hanging off the plate there. So, but I found out I haven't really found many meat. Like I know I don't really much mind care for the Italian meatballs, but I don't know. Maybe I just gotta find a different kind of meatballs or start making my own meatballs there. How long do I cook flaky biscuits in the temp? 350 for a non-stick or dark. No, 325 for the darker non-stick pans there. Anything else is 350. Then this said 13 to 16 minutes, so I set it for 14 there, which isn't really too long. So, yeah. It smells delicious. I think that skip tooth would be good. Will be good with the sausage there. It's a family-owned company there. See, black pepper, garlic, kosher salt, granulated garlic, salt, onion, parsley, oregano, thyme, basil, pepper. Get all your normal stuff in it. Yeah, it's a quick meal. Here's where I've been craving biscuits and gravy there, but especially with all the shit I've had to deal with the last 24 hours. If you've seen those hailstones that were coming down there, I got all kinds of little twigs in that down in the thing there. I just want something quick to do. That's what. Okay, so that's at 325. Oh, I better get a spatula out. I gotta get a new brush. I gotta sit there and get a new brush there. I gotta get a new brush there. My other one fell apart. I haven't found one that for some reason they fall apart. They've been falling apart. Do you use Tim or Gakwa? I've never even actually. I think I've used it in like cookies and stuff, but maybe. I think I've used it in couple cookie recipes, but that's about it. If I have used it, I got a shit ton of these seasonings here I could use. Oh, I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put that back on the hot burner there. Not so it burns, but so that it stays warm. Okay. So we got 2 minutes on that. I can get rid of all this. You're gonna hear I'm here for about 30 seconds. So I'm melting the butter. I might like it's we got a bunch of stuff I have to do here. First, starting with eating this damn supper I've been wanting. But ooh, I think those are done. So I didn't wait for the timer to go off, but these smell delicious. I'm gonna leave that open, take advantage of the heat a little bit. Yeah, we had today was about 30 to 35 degrees colder than it was yesterday. Yeah, it's like yesterday it got up to the way you make it looks delicious. Yeah, yes it is. No, but yesterday it was like getting close to like the 80s, and then today it's like 50s. But we also had that storm front come through. All right. So I just got my butter done. So I got my butter done. Now I'm just gonna spread this out. I don't have a brush at the moment, just because it fell apart. So I'm just gonna scoop it and spread it with the spatula. Works just as great. Alrighty. Now time for the moment of truth. Let's get in there. Now it's thickened up real good. It kind of looks like a little bit of a slop there, but you know what? That's all right. So, cheers. I will tell you, that skip tooth I used on this works great with that gravy. Now that country style, you can taste the pepper in that country style gravy, but that Pioneer does some good job. I would recommend that Pioneer gravy mix there. And biscuits, a lot of the biscuits are all the same. Just depends on how much you want to spend. Well, that's good. So there's my lazy biscuits and gravy. I'm gonna go enjoy these. You guys all have a good night, and just remember to be a gorilla. And we'll end with this here.
We've been stopping, being through the night, rising like gorillas, ready for the fight.